This video is sponsored by Squarespace. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new YouTube video. Now, this video is long overdue. I feel like I've kind of neglected this YouTube channel a little bit over the last several months, and there's a good reason why that is. Now, I would say the last 3 to 4 months of my life have been extremely busy, busier than I've ever been before, both in work and personal life, which has been great. But I've definitely neglected this YouTube channel, and I haven't really been able to make the videos that I want to make. So first and foremost, this truck behind me here, the Toyota 4Runner. I remember when I first posted my first video with this car, you guys were all very interested in what I was going to be able to do with this car. And since buying this car, I've put 45,000 miles on it in just over a year, which I know is a pretty substantial amount of miles, even for me, and I drive all the time. And I can safely say that it's really been one of the best years of my life. Honestly, I've been getting out more than I ever have, mainly for fun, and it's been so rejuvenating and really exciting for me as a photographer and also just as a person in general. But I think this car, no pun intended, has been a great vehicle to get me outside more often, get me camping, get me outdoors, which is where I ultimately really want to be. I've used my Go Fast rooftop tent pretty exclusively. I've already camped in it about 50 nights in under a year, which I would say is a big win. Been out in nature a lot, which, as you can probably tell on my face, I'm pretty sunburnt right now. I actually just got back from 2 weeks in New Zealand, which was an incredible trip with 2 really good friends of mine. And, you know, it got me thinking, wanting to make this video going back from New Zealand, because the last 3 times I've been there, I've made a YouTube video, and it's been kind of like my goal, my focus down there to really make something that I'm proud of, which I definitely did do that. But this trip I wanted to be different. I really wanted to focus on just taking pictures and see how that went. I brought along my Fuji GFX 100S and also my Contax T3, and I just let it rip for 2 weeks. It was so much fun, and it was just an incredible trip. We saw so much of the country, Milford Sound, Mount Cook, all the beautiful valleys and mountain ranges that New Zealand has to offer. It was just a wonderful 2 weeks. Literally got back about 3 hours ago. And it was really an incredible journey with 2 really good friends of mine. I had so much fun. But I think taking a step back and looking at that trip really allowed me to just kind of shoot. And I think sometimes when you bring the video camera around, you just don't necessarily get the same kinds of images. And for a trip like that, you know, in the past, I think I would have brought in the video camera and really tried to make a video out of it. But I feel so refreshed now that I'm back home and I was able to just take a trip for myself and shoot photos. It makes me excited to get back to making videos for this YouTube channel. Now, besides that trip to New Zealand, in terms of work, it's been a pretty incredible couple months for me for work, especially in the photography department. Now, as you guys probably know, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, I really wanted to get into kind of the commercial photography space, and that's finally working out for me, which feels so exciting. It's really what I've been wanting to do and trying to hone my focus on for a while now. And I got 2 really incredible jobs in August that I was able to shoot. Now, the first one, I can't really share too much about yet. I'm hoping to share more about it once it goes live. But the second job was for a really cool espresso machine manufacturer called Mavam Espresso. And it was this really fun shoot. Basically, they hired me to shoot kind of a catalog of Seattle-based imagery because they're based in Seattle, to accompany obviously some product photos of their machines and some lifestyle stuff as well. And I think the shoot turned out really well. It was kind of a new kind of shoot for me to incorporate all this into one specific shoot. All different kinds of photography, you know, product, landscape, lifestyle, and I think it turned out really great. The full set is on my website if you want to check that out. I'll leave a link down in the description. But yeah, when I was shooting this job, it just felt really natural and like what I want to be doing going forward, which I'm super excited about and very humbled to finally be at a point where I'm getting the kind of work that I really want to be getting. Now, I wish I had an answer for all of you guys in terms of like how to get to that point, but honestly, I think you just got to really continue to shoot as much as you can and solidify your style. And I wish I had better information regarding that, but I honestly don't really know myself. You know, I think we're all learning. At the end of the day, we're all trying to figure this out. We're all trying to make a career out of something that we love. And for me, it's been a really exciting couple months in that department. I think I want to do a little bit of a breakdown and break down these jobs, just explain to you kind of the whole process and the thought process of shooting the actual job and what that was like. Now, as I mentioned as well, I've been road tripping so much in this 4Runner, and it really has been just such a fun car to have. I really feel like it's a nice extension of myself. Gets me outside, as I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, but I've been on a lot of road trips, and I really haven't shot too much on any other camera besides this guy, the Contax T3. Now, you're probably wondering, why isn't this a black Contax T3? This is a silver one. I actually purchased a second one because these things break pretty often. So I have 2 cameras now, 2 T3s. One's in the shop right now, actually, and so I'm able to shoot on a camera while the other one's getting fixed. It's kind of annoying, but it's the workaround that I've found for being able to shoot these cameras regularly. And truly, I think I've gotten some of my favorite images of the year just with this little guy. And I think the reason for that being, I mentioned this in a previous video, contacts, or not even contacts, just point and shoots, I think allow you to get a level of intimacy in your photography that is really hard to get otherwise with different cameras. So for me, it's really exciting to get all the scans back from the lab, from all the different various road trips that I've done. And there's a level of intimacy in these photos and a level of calmness that I really love. And it's encouraged me to shoot a lot more on these cameras going forward. I'm gonna make quite a few more videos in the future, I think, about how I like to shoot on the Contax cameras and why I think they're so good. But long story short, I've been bringing these cameras everywhere with me, and it's been a really fun time to kind of capture just my everyday moments in life rather than try to shoot some sort of highlight reel with a bigger camera and make everyone feel uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Now, to top this all off, where is life going? You know, what does the next couple months and the next year kind of look like for me? To be honest, I don't really know. I think I've never been more excited about the possibilities within my work, and that really excites me. I definitely want to get back to my roots a little bit and start shooting more portraiture again, start shooting more interior stuff. To me, that's really fun to accompany kind of the landscape photography that I share a lot on this channel and the lifestyle photography. I think all of that together creates a really cool, cohesive body of work. And I am also still working on a photo book that I really want to put together pretty soon. And that's going to be all about the California coast. Now, I want to make a whole series on shooting that book, or at least some of the process. So I'm definitely gonna be bringing you guys along next time I head up to the coast to shoot around. All I'm getting at here is there's a lot of really exciting, fun projects happening right now, and I wanna find a better way to bring you guys along with this YouTube channel. I think I've always been hesitant to dive into the creative process too much because I think it allows a level of vulnerability with my work that I've been uncomfortable with in the past. But I think now I'm just so excited to share a little bit more about like what my life is about, and especially with these cameras, you know, the point and shoot especially. I think there's a really interesting kind of narrative that I want to go after with those and just share a little more of what life looks like through a daily lens rather than a little bit less of a highlight reel, if that makes sense. Now, to top this all off, 2023 is going to be a really exciting year. It's going to be a big year for this YouTube channel. I've thought a lot about the direction I want to go with this channel, especially while I was in New Zealand for the last couple weeks, not filming any videos. And I think I've really kind of found a trajectory and an angle that I want to start going down with this channel. YouTube is a ton of work, especially from a lot of you watching this channel, watching me right now. I'm sure you have some sort of YouTube channel or do some sort of video work. And it's a lot of work to keep this thing up. Luckily, I have some really helpful collaborators that really help me elevate the style and the overall quality of this channel. But I want to start putting a lot more work into just the everyday videos and see where that goes. I'm going to link every set that I mentioned in this video down below if you guys want to check out the images in full res. I think they look a lot better on the computer than on the YouTube video, so make sure to go check that out. But overall, yeah, it's been a great couple months, and I'm really excited to get back out there and bring you guys along with me in a more natural way that feels a little more aligned with how I like to shoot. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one and you got to take a look at some of the work that I've been sharing. If you guys want to check out my Instagram as well, obviously I'm sharing a lot more stuff on there, a lot more daily stuff as well over on my personal Instagram, which I will also link down below. Yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Take care. Hope you guys are all doing well, and we'll see you guys next month. Before this video wraps up, I did want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace, for sponsoring today's episode. If you are looking to create a custom website from scratch without all the coding and hassles that come with it, Squarespace is by far the best choice out there, in my opinion, to make a beautiful website. They have easy to use templates, which make creating a beautiful theme that much easier, 24/7 customer support for all of your questions, and tons of customizable design and layout choices to really make your website stand out. For a photographer like myself running a small business with multiple different kinds of needs, Squarespace really just makes sense. If you're interested in trying out Squarespace for yourself, go to squarespace.com/Samuel Elkins, which is in the description, to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next week.